Hello everyone, welcome. I'm Merve and I'm a researcher in the field of psychology. And today we are going to dive into the world of SPSS, a powerful tool for the data analysis and statistics. Whether you are new to SPSS or need to remember your skills, you are in the right place. Let's get started. SPSS, or the Statistical Package for the Social Sciences, is a software used for the data management and statistical analysis. It's widely used in various fields such as psychology and the social science. Let's begin by installing SPSS. You can find the installer on the official website. If your institution doesn't provide you SPSS, you can subscribe to IBM and use the SPSS for 1 month for free. It's a free trial. If you installed, please open the program. Once you open the program, you will see the menu bar and the toolbar menu. We will learn the functions of these tools in our further lessons. Today we will learn entry of the data. Here you can see the data view and the variable view. These are the two types of ways to view data in SPSS. These can be changed using the data view and the variable view tabs on the very bottom left of the window. The data view tab shows the variables in columns and each observations in rows, which is most useful to look at the actual values presented in the data. In the variable view, SPSS shows each variables as rows and has a series of columns with more information about the variables such as name, type, and the label that given. Today we will start how to enter data on SPSS, and we will have an exercise. To do this, I go to variable view on SPSS. Now I will define my variables. And today I prepared an Excel spreadsheet for our variables. Here you can see that we have 10 different participants, and these are their IDs, and you can see their age information and their gender information. Now I will copy this information into SPSS. But to do this, first of all, I should define my variables. Here my first variable is age and the second variable is gender. Participant ID is also a variable, but you only use for to define your participants. You can see that the first participant is aged 18 and is a male, and the second participant also aged 22 and she's a female. Like this, you define your participants in the participant ID variable, but you do not analyze or you do not do anything for the participant ID. Now I will define my variables into SPSS, and I go to SPSS. Now first of all, I will define the ID. The first variable going to be ID. Here is the important thing, that you cannot use space or you cannot use any special characters in the SPSS. You should be careful about it. The first one is ID, the second one is age, and the third one is the gender. Now you can see that there is a type. You can choose the type of the variable, and or it's gonna be numeric. I do not change it. Age also gonna be numeric, but we have a issue on the gender. We will talk about it. And also you can label your variables from the label button. The ID variable is for the defining participants ID, and the age, you can see that the age of the participants, and gender is also gender. We define it as a female or male. If you have categorical variable like gender, you should define the values of these categories to the SPSS. As you can see, gender has two categories. Either can be female or the male. And you cannot enter your data as female or the male. You should define it as numeric to analyze your data. If you want to analyze the gender, you should define it as a numeric. For defining your gender values to the SPSS, you should click to the right side of this cell, and it shows you this box. Here we will define female and the male as numeric. To do this, I write 1, and this is going to be female, and click add. Now if you see the 1 in the gender variable, it means that it is female. If you see 2, it is going to be male, and click to add and click OK. Now SPSS knows that the 1 equals to female and the 2 equals to male. Now I define my value. However, the age is not a categorical variable. It doesn't have any category like female or the male. It's continuous because it's countable and it's infinite. Therefore, we don't need to define any value for the age. It's already numeric. Therefore, we can continue. If we control our variables from Excel, here we had participant ID, age, and the gender variables. Now we have them into SPSS. Now I go to data view and I will enter my data. As we remember, the ID starts from 1 and goes to 10. I quickly add them. And you can see that the ID numbers have 2 decimals, but we don't need those decimals. Therefore, I go to variable view and go to decimal place from here and make it to 0. Here you can see that and control the data view and see that the decimals are gone. If you don't want any decimal for the age and the gender, you can make them 0. If you make it 0, you don't have any decimals, but in some analysis you may need decimal, therefore you can make 2, 3 or more. But today we don't want any decimals, therefore I made them 0. And then I go to the second variable, which is ID, and check my variables from here, and I will copy paste them. You can copy paste those. If you have 10 participants or 12 participants, you can copy paste, but if you have more participants, you shouldn't do that. Now we have the important point in the gender, because we have definitions. As we can remember, the 1 equals the female and the 2 equals the male. The first participant is male, and male is coded as 2. Therefore, I write 2. And the second participant is female, and the second one is female. Therefore, I will code it as 1. And the third one is also female. I will code it as 1. And the fourth and fifth one are female. I will write 2. And 3 female. I will write 1. And male and the female, I will write 2 and 1. Now we defined our data. These are our observations, and you can see that, for example, the fifth participant is aged 19 and it's a male. From this button, values labels button, you can see the values or the labels. Now I see labels, now I see values. You can check from here your values if you don't remember. Now we entered our data. It's very simple, but it takes some time. Before going through, I want to save my data. To save my data, I go to the file, and you can see save and the save as options. The two of them work same, but if you click save, the SPSS is gonna be closed. But I don't want it to be closed, I want it to be open, therefore I will use save as option. And I will save it as sample 1. And click save. Now here you can see my data is saved in my desktop. I want to show you easiest way to enter data from the Excel. This doesn't take much time, but if you have a lot of data and a lot of participants, it's gonna take too much time, and you can make it some mistakes. Therefore, automatically uploading your data from Excel is suggested. To upload my data from the Excel, now I will open new data. I open new blank dataset. Now I will import data. I go to File, click the Import Data, and click Excel. Now you should choose the Excel file. This is simple. My Excel file is on my desktop, and I click it and click Open. Now we need to wait a little while. Now you can define that if you have a lot of sheets, you can choose sheets. For example, if you have more sheets like this, you can choose it. But now I want to use the sheet 1, and I will click to OK. As you can see, the SPSS read my Excel file easily. When you go to the variable view, you can see your variables. Maybe you need to add labels, and also you need to add the values by following the similar steps. Thank you for listening to me. I hope we will meet at our next video.